I'm Dr. Malarkudi Velraj, going to discuss about excretory products and their elimination and modes of their excretion. The main objective, after reading the lesson, the student will be able to clearly discuss the process of elimination of nitrogenous waste materials in different species. The main contents are as follows: introduction, definition, excretory products like nitrogenous waste, non-nitrogenous waste, and what are the various modes of excretion. Introduction. In the body, various waste products such as carbon dioxide, water, and nitrogenous compounds are formed as a result of metabolic process. The waste products produce harmful effects if it gets accumulated within the body and thus should be timely eliminated. In human, excretion occurs in kidneys, sweat glands, lungs, livers, and intestine. Definition of excretion. Excretion is a process in which metabolic waste is eliminated from an organism. In vertebrates, this is primarily carried out by the lungs, kidneys, and skin. The excretory organs removes the waste as nitrogenous products and non-nitrogenous products, and this process of removal of metabolic waste from the body is known as excretion. Human organs for excretion. There are various organs for excretion. The excretory organs are lungs, and they will excrete carbon dioxide, water, and certain volatile substances. Intestines, they will be excreting bilirubin and bilirubinin. Sweat glands will be excreting urea, inorganic salts, and water. Liver excretes cholesterol, bile salts, and excess of calcium and iron salts, whereas the kidneys excrete the nitrogenous waste in form of urine. The excretory products. The metabolic process of the body results in formation of end products and are divided into two as nitrogenous waste. Example of the nitrogenous waste as protein and amino acid, etc., and non-nitrogenous waste like liquid waste, solid waste, etc. The nitrogenous waste. The nitrogen in living beings is not removed in the free form, but as nitrogenous end products. For example, protein, amino acid, pyrimidine, and purines undergo metabolism and form ammonia, urea, and uric acid as the end products. Proteins are required for body's growth, and they hydrolyze into peptides and dipeptides, which in turn undergo hydrolysis and form amino acids. The amino acids metabolize into ammonia and urea as nitrogenous end products. The nitrogenous end products are as follows. First one is ammonia. Amino acids degrade into ammonia and is removed by oxidative deamination in liver and kidneys. They are very toxic and should be removed very rapidly from the body. They are present in very low concentrations in the blood, highly water soluble, and therefore removed as main excretory product by diffusion in water. Urea, amino acids like ornithine, citrulline, arginine, and purine degrade into urea in the liver, which is the chief waste product. It is highly soluble and less toxic than ammonia. It should be present as 18 to 38 milligram per 100 ml of human blood. The next is uric acid. It is the chief nitrogenous waste in the urine of birds, reptiles, snails, and some insects. They are derived from ammonia and contains less hydrogen. It is stored and excreted as crystals due to low toxicity and water insolubility. Other nitrogenous wastes are purines and pyrimidines, which are excreted as guanine. In spider, it is the prime nitrogenous waste product. Xanthine and hypoxanthine are the waste products of insects of Melophagus species and Galeria, etc. Pteridines are essential pigments in insects and are excreted as trace amounts in some insects. Trimethylamine is the waste product of teleost fishes, whereas creatine and creatinine are always present in free or combined form. Hippuric and orthouric acids are less toxic substances of mammals, which are always excreted as nitrogenous waste. The non-nitrogenous waste are excreted in three stages as gaseous, liquid, and solid waste material. To see about the gaseous waste material, it is excreted as carbon dioxide and water, liquid waste material as water, solid waste material as undigested food fibers. The various modes of excretion. There are 5 different modes of excretion, and based on nature of nitrogenous waste products, they are excreted. And the process is also called by the name. First one is ammonotelism, where ammonia is getting excreted. Second is the urotelism, where urea is getting excreted. Third one is uricotelism, when uric acid is excreted. The process is called as uricotelism. Aminotelism, when amino acids are being excreted. Guanotelism, when guanine is being excreted. First, we will see about the aminotelism. The process of eliminating ammonia from the body is known as aminotelism, and the organisms which exhibit this in nature is called as aminotelic. For example, fresh protozoans, echinoderms, poriferans, and crustaceans follow the process of aminotelics. Aquatic animals excrete ammonia directly into the environment where the compound is quickly diluted and it is very toxic tissues. These are some of the examples for fish, protozoans, and echinoderms, which follow the process of aminotelism. The next is urotelism. In some mammals and amphibians, urea is excreted as the metabolic waste product. Such organisms are called ureotelic, and in these organisms, ammonia produced is converted to urea in the liver of animals and is released back into the blood. The kidneys filter the urea and are expelled outside the body. And urea retained in the matrix of the kidney to maintain a desired osmolarity in the organisms. Moreover, urea is comparatively less toxic when compared with ammonia. And these are some of the examples, mammals and then amphibians. Next one is uricotelism. Uricotelic animals remove nitrogenous waste as uric acids in form of pellets or paste. Metabolically, this process is quite costly. However, the water loss is minimum and it is less toxic. Moreover, uric acid is not readily soluble in water and they excrete form as pasty white suspensions. Examples, reptiles, birds, and insects are called as uricotelics. Next process is called as aminotelism. Certain mollusks and echinoderms excrete amino acids, and this process is called as aminotelism. Main examples are mollusks, that is animals with means of shells, and some of the echinoderms. Next process is called as guanotelism. Spiders convert the ammonia into guanine before excretion. This characteristic is also found in some reptiles like spiders, birds, and earthworms. It is also insoluble in water and hence no water is required for its excretion. Summary. After a thorough learning of the subject, the person will be able to differentiate nitrogenous waste and non-nitrogenous waste and modes of different type of excretion. Few questions. We can define the term excretion, name the different organs for excretion, and able to differentiate nitrogenous waste from non-nitrogenous waste, can able to write a note on ureotelism, and he can explain the various process of modes of excretion. These are the references. Thank you.